So just to give you guys a little bit background about what Platformit is. Platformit gathers corporate leaders, creatives, entrepreneurs who are personally and privately interested in the things that they love. As an organization, we are very intentional about having attendees share their expert information, tapping into networks that can bring ideas to fruition, and leaving guests inspired with the resources that they have, and actually have them be, very passionate about the things that they do. And one of the things that we want to have done is inform, have people share ideas, and inspire people. And obviously fashion is one of those things that people are very inspired by and passionate about. So my first question is, why did you feel so compelled to start your blog? There's obviously hundreds of thousands of blogs out there. Tell me why you said, I have to have this blog up on the internet.
Well, I feel like as a man, most men are kind of like in the dark about what they do and the boundaries that society surrounds by men. So what my blog is, it's me sharing my experience with other men like me, trying different things in fashion. I feel like a lot of guys aren't as bold, and I just felt like I needed to share that with other people, and it's been successful so far. So.
I kind of fell into my blog. I had many passions within fashion, photography, makeup, styling, and I didn't really know what I was doing with myself. I was like a Jane of all trades, and then I used all of that in writing and discovered fashion blogging. I didn't have a plan of making it lucrative. It was in the very beginning, not a lot of people were doing it. And then once I started getting, more press emails for events or collaborations and partnerships, did I realize that this could actually be something and that I needed to start branding myself. I got a mic.
I keep forgetting though. I like to share. I started my blog in 2008, so back then I started it because I was doing behind the scenes work with the record label in town, styling videos. I know, we have the same number. And just doing that, and I kind of just wanted to fall back from being married to a record label exec, so I didn't really just want to be all in the shadow. So I created spoiledlatina.com because somebody just called me spoiled, and I guess they were like, you're a little spoiled Latina, and I'm like, you know what, I am. I like things my way, but I created spoiledlatina.com just to find a voice out on the internet and to show off the outfits that I create and that I wear, because I was always getting asked, like, where'd you get it? Where'd you get your outfits from? So I really just did that, and now it really just grew really fast. In the beginning, it took about 2 years to take off, but ever since then, like, I've been doing a lot and getting a lot of press, like she said, emails from different brands wanting to go to events. But now I just don't go to events. I do go to events, but a lot of the times they're beneficial. I'm not just going, just to waste my time. I don't waste my time anymore.
They serve a purpose.
Yeah, there's definitely a purpose. So I'm here because I want to meet all you guys, and I want all you guys to see spoiledlatina.com. And I just really wanted to connect with the fashion people here in town that I don't know, because I do a lot of my stuff like it's more national and not so local. I think I just threw myself out there and did it.
I started JPR Styling really just because I had a lot of friends that always asked me questions about what to wear and what not to wear, and I kind of got tired of them always calling me, so I started an Instagram so they can check on the Instagram and kind of figure out their own style and what they want to wear to different places that they want to go. That was it.
All right, so the next question is, I'm sure a lot of people want to know, with all the competition out there, how is it that you build traffic and build awareness for your blogs? What are some of the things, the tips and tricks that you use to get people to know that your blog is actually out there?
Well, see, I think it's true what they said, if you can't beat them, join them. I make it my point to reach out and connect with people, and build relationships, not only with just individuals, but brands. At the end of the day, a brand is a person. You know what I mean? You will meet someone from that brand. Spoiled Latina, she is Team Hennessy. She is a person from that brand, and you can connect with her, and you can talk with her, and she's just a normal person. It's about building up the courage to connect with people and to have them connect back with you. And it's so easy to do nowadays with social media and things like that. It's just piggybacking off of that, and then like some people will see your vision and know that you have that niche, and they will like it, and some people won't, but more than often people like it.
Well, Josh, I'm curious, how do you specifically like grow traffic for your blog? What are some of the tips and tricks that you use to like get people?
Me exactly. Like I said, connecting with bigger brands. Like I've been on Fashion Bomb Daily. I've been on Men's Fashion Post. I've been on Menswear Men. It's just like I said, reaching out to those bigger people who identify and see what you're doing and believe in you as well, and they show support by putting a platform for your blog to bring you traffic.
I connect and bring awareness to my blog through a lot of local events, local partnerships. I work with a lot of local boutiques, events, and one way that I'm connecting with the Houston community is that on October 3rd, and this is my first announcement, I'm going to be having
Got an exclusive.
Shameless plug. Going to be hosting a really large networking mixer event. It's kind of, I've been doing this blog thing for a while. No one really has blog launches. You have boutique launches or soft openings. This is my blog launch into Houston. Going to be designing a little capsule collection, a clothing collection. So there's going to be a fashion show, and there's going to be a lot of other special surprises and ways that people can connect. One thing that I love about blogging is that I've met a lot of people. I've connected with a lot of people, and I want to cultivate all those relationships and make them stronger. Starting from social media, it can be very surface because you're behind a computer screen, and your end goal is to really touch those people, get to know those people. My whole mission with my blog is to make Houston a more fashion savvy place, be open to more ideas, be creative, stay here. You don't have to go to LA, it's oversaturated. Stay here, do something creative, and grow this community. I love Houston. I'm a big advocate of staying and building your brand.
I have a follow-up question on that.
Yeah.
So what are some of the tips and tricks that you use from other cities to actually implement into Houston? I know that you've spent some time in Austin and in LA. Like, what are some of the things that you bring back to Houston?
The ways that I communicate, probably, or the ways that I build those brand partnerships. It's not just about doing a sponsored post and wearing the outfits. It's about answering back. It's about following up. There's a lot of cultivating those relationships. So you can be friends with someone, but if you're not going to their events, if you're not supporting them, they don't feel that love, they're less likely to come support you. So it's really about taking that time out. And that's probably something LA doesn't do that we in Houston do. We have that whole Southern hospitality. We want to get to know you. It's less surface.
Sometimes.
We do have a little group here that's super surface, but we stay out and we
Do what we have to do.
I
Exactly.
I don't mix with those people. I'm just kidding. No, I really don't. I stay in my own little bubble. How do I monetize? What is it?
Yeah, how do you increase traffic and awareness
Okay.
for your brand? Or for your blog?
So, mine was, I just started blogging. I just started throwing stuff on my blog, writing about whatever I liked. Brands started asking me to write about them. So really and then also I guess I did, I had a Gmail account. I added every single contact in there and just kind of, whenever I would create a new post, I was so basic. I didn't have different constant contact or MailChimp or anything like that. So I would literally go in and add every single person and then just say, hey guys, new blog post, and just send it to everybody. Some bounced back, some didn't, but that's how I did it. Facebook, Twitter, 2007.
That's how we connected.
Yeah, through Twitter. I met her at H&M, the launch of H&M. But basically, I had a Twitter account in 2007, had 5,000 followers, organic, and then something crazy happened and I had to delete it or I had to start all over again. I was just like, oh my God, like how am I gonna get, like I'm barely getting I barely have 5,000 followers, and it took forever. And it seemed like the last time when I first got it, like it was just, like I got my followers fast. But anyway, so that I do a lot of social media, Instagram, if you guys see it, like I'm posting ridiculously, but it's all like meaningful stuff. Like people are really interested. I get tons of emails, not text messages, but private messages like, you know, you inspire me, the way you throw in bits and pieces of your life with your son, and just my work. It's like all about Hennessy. If you see my Instagram, it's Hennessy, my son, me. Hennessy, my son, me. So it's like, but it's, you know, my life. So I guess people are just really interested, but mostly how I connected is through sending emails, social media. I collect cards and instantly add them to my email list, and and it really just grows. But like I said, people just started contacting me, so.
Very cool. Phil?
For me, it was really just consistency, kind of just always posting, always showing what I liked, and then really where I got a lot of traffic from was from BuzzFeed. I got a feature on BuzzFeed as, what was it, the top 14?
Top 14 best men's fashion Instagrams.
Yeah, so I was actually in Vegas at the time, and somebody texted me and told me about it, and I didn't even know what BuzzFeed was at the time. And I came back from Vegas, and she said, how many followers did you get? And I said, I don't know. And I looked, and I think before I had like 5,000, and I came back and I was like at 13,000, and I was surprised. And then ever since then, it's just been growing.
Very cool. All right, so the next question is, what are some of the do's and don'ts of building up your brand? I know that I'm sure you guys have made mistakes along the way. What are some of the tips that you can tell people not to do so that they can just intercept those problems at the pass?
To be honest, like I really don't feel like there is a wrong way to do stuff, because I feel like through trial and error you can only get better. You know what I mean? I don't think that's a good question for you to answer.
I'll answer.
Here you go.
Well, when I first started out, I was going to fully green, just doing it for fun, not knowing what was coming from it. If you want to go full throttle into it and have a plan, you should have a business plan, because this is a business. You know, you have an idea, you have a name, grab all your social media accounts for it. Be authentic, it's a really big thing. People can see through all the bullshit. If you get a sponsored post and it's not with your demographic, then don't write about it. That's the biggest thing, and then be humble, be grateful for the things that come along, and it'll show.
I don't really have any don'ts. I will tell you what to do. I think it's good to, if you are gonna approach a brand, use spell check. You know, be very respectful when you're sending something. If you're gonna send us something to a brand and you add an E to at the end of this, you know, the brand's name, like they see all that. You know, they might not respond. Reach out. You know, I think for me, like I go to a lot of conferences now, and like I'm speaking at conferences, and now like when I was featured in Latina magazine, like they reached out to me, but it's also like that building a relationship of like really connecting and wanting to know who they are, because they do see through it, you know, and be authentic. But really when you reach out to them, I really suggest, like a lot of people, your favorite brands want to know who you are, you know, and if you do have a lot of followers, like right now is the time to reach out to them. You never know who's looking, who's not. But I do suggest reach out. Like there's always, I remember when the Kardashians were here, I asked this other blogger, like, hey, I knew she was going, and I really wanted to cover it because, you know, it's the Kardashians. So I was like, hey, can I get a contact? And she was like, well, I really don't give out my contacts. And I was like, you're right, I'm gonna call Sears. So I called Sears. Sears gave me their PR information. Like I literally, like 5 minutes later, got the email, got it approved. And I was like, it's so easy. So just really connect with the people and find your own way. Not everybody's gonna want to help. I just think like be persistent, and if you know your value, ask for what you think you're worth. You know, because know your value. It's very important. Like because they will pay. Like, I was so surprised when I asked for like a certain amount, and I was like, got it. I was like, oh, I should ask for more. No, but like, I was really grateful. But like, really ask for what you think you should get, and be persistent, and definitely be professional. Don't put explicit stuff on your Instagrams. Don't put drugs on there. Like, people have like a little secret life, but you don't have to put like every single thing on Instagram. Like, that's really your brand. Just whatever you want to show as yourself, like, put it out there and be unique.
Just to piggyback, it's really just staying true to yourself. Don't post anything you don't really believe in. Even if they send you something, if you don't like it when you get it, kindly tell them, I'm not going to post it, or, somehow kind of do that, because I learned that, even I have friends that ask me to feature them, and if you wear something that I don't like, I'm not going to feature you, because I'm not going to put you through that scrutiny or anything. Yeah.
Just being honest.
Yeah, just be honest.
Cool. So we actually have a couple questions from the audience, and just to remind you guys, the link is sli.do/platformit. So one of the questions we have is, how do you keep content on your blogs fresh and relevant for your audience? Anyone can answer.
Well, fashion's always changing, so it's really easy, at least for me.
I feel like you got to do. It's like with anything you do, you have to study and be prepared for it. You know what I mean? How are you gonna pass a test if you're not studying for it? The answers are out there, and they're more accessible than ever before. I spend like 30 minutes on Style.com. I have a women's wear daily account. I read GQ. Like, I get 3 emails a day from GQ. Like, I'm definitely always doing my homework and knowing what's relevant, because if I don't know what's relevant, then how am I a person? How am I validating myself as a person in fashion and I don't know what's going on? Boom.
Mic drop. This one I'm going to pose to you, Iman. When do you think it's the right time to actually approach big brands?
If you're bringing in, if you know your numbers, if you see your own analytics, and you know that you're reaching a couple of hundred, even thousands of people like are looking at your blogs, your unique views. If you have organic Instagram followers and Facebook followers, definitely reach out. They love numbers. It's a number game. So definitely.
More than that, though, they want to see if you're unique to them. I think they're always looking out for.
Well, yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
But to your point, you want to show people analytics.
They want to
numbers
see
and
that.
demographics.
People, a lot of the times these PR companies want to know, they really want to see it, because they want to know if you're really worth the 5,000, 10,000 they're going to drop, So yeah, that plays a big part. You can have an awesome blog, be a great photographer, post awesome pictures, pretty coffee cups, and like pretty hearts in whatever you want to do. But if you're not getting any people looking at it, you're not worth it. And that's plain and simple. They want to get their money's worth.
Exactly. They definitely want a return on investment, and they want to know that you're able to deliver what they invested in.
And I guess not to but I've worked with like major brands before. I'm an ambassador for Cricket, which is they just bought out AT&T. Cricket is the new Cricket now. So I do work for them. I just created like a phone literacy program for them, where I actually wrote out the plan of how to teach adults or parents how to use smartphones. Because everybody can relate. Your mom's always asking you, like, how do you do this? How do you put it on Facebook? My mom has a Facebook now to like follow what her grandkids and her kids are doing. But she wants to post. She wants to take a picture at the nail shop, So I do create like different things for brands, and that's something that you guys can do. You don't have to just blog about their clothes or anything. Like, create something, pitch them, tell them what you could do for them that they probably haven't even thought about. And there's marketing dollars, there's money for that.
Okay. And Josh, I have a specific question for you. You were recently featured in Houston Press, and one of my favorite quotes from that article is, "I never pay full price for fabulous." And I want to talk to you about that, and tell me, why people should think about fashion as something that can be accessible for everyone. You know, how do you go about just making sure that, you know, you're not just getting the best and biggest brands, but you're actually making it accessible for people of any income?
Well, I would definitely say people confuse fashion with different mediums, and what I mean by that is like people see a luxury brand as just a luxury brand, and not the effort and the time and the quality that goes into making these garments that makes them so expensive. But at the same time, people are just quick to grab what's accessible to them instead of like doing a little bit more homework or waiting a little more, you know, because everything goes on sale. Like everything you can imagine. Only two brands that I don't know that go on sale is Louis Vuitton and Chanel. That's it.
Boom, lies. Because I just got some Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton's on sale, y'all.
No, Louis Vuitton.
Oh, Louis Vuitton doesn't, yeah.
Louis Vuitton. No, they go on sale.
They don't go on sale. They never go on sale. They don't get specials or anything.
No, they do not.
Sorry.
But anything.
That's a rare
anything other than those two brands that I've quoted do go on discount, and it's up to you to find them. I mean, there's things that you can sign up for. There's the Guild. There's My Habit. There's a plethora of ways. A lot of major luxury big box retailers have outlets. Most of their stuff that comes it comes from full price to outlet. It's just following it, being patient, and waiting for it.
I love Marshalls and TJ Maxx.
You know, me too.
And I'm ready to blog for Marshalls and TJ Maxx right now. If y'all out there.
So Megan, I have a specific question for you. How do you go about, on your blog, you actually have, you mentioned that you have client services. How do you go about getting new clients? Like, what are some of the things that you do to show, like you said, your value?
So adjacent to all the fashion blogging, I do consulting, image consulting, and closet cleanses. And one of the ways that I kind of fell into that was I went to this event, and I didn't really feel like it. I put my party pants on, I went out, and I met this matchmaker. She owns a matchmaking company. It's called Jamie Rose Matchmaking, and she's dubbed a millionaire matchmaker of Houston. And we connected, and she's followed me for like a year through social media, my blog and Facebook. And one day she reached out to me, and she was like, "Hey, I need to offer these services exclusive to my clients. Would you do it?" And so I met with her, we connected, we created a packet, and that's how I get most of my leads. It's something that I don't really put out and search for. I'm busy doing that. And then other things that I do is through that would be word of mouth that comes off that.
Okay. All right, so we actually have a couple more audience questions. Let's see here. Philip, tell us about your watch. That was a specific question from the audience.
My watch is a Daniel Wellington. I got it sent to me maybe 2 weeks ago for a post. It's a Swedish brand, and I like it.
Very cool. This one's for you, Josh. You recently spent some time in New York. What were your brand development goals? That's a good question.
Brand development goals were just showing people that the things that they see on Instagram are very tangible if you put in the work and remain consistent. Those things do not go unnoticed, and I was happy to be invited to prominent fashion houses in New York like Zinnia, VK Negrani, and a couple of others like Bruno Cucinelli and things like that.
All right. So we have sort of a general question from the audience. What events around Houston would you recommend people attend who wants to get into the fashion industry and blogging and retail?
For me, what I always look at is Houston Magazine. They kind of have a lot of events to go to fashion-wise, and you can just pick and choose which ones you want to go to.
I would say Culture Map. I mean, like I know you like had the Culture Map party a while back. So no, definitely Culture Map every day. There's something to do in Houston. Culture Map has it covered. I promise you. Like 90% of the things that go on in Houston, Culture Map has it on their website.
Culture Map, they also have a mixer. This past Wednesday they had one. They do it ever so often. That's a really big one. If you just go on Eventbrite, you can see what's on people's thing for Houston, local. So, like what's up and what's for sale is a really good way to kind of look for other things that you wouldn't normally find in one of the publications.
Also, I found searching hashtags, because a lot of people use hashtags, and if you use like local hashtags, it will show you what's going on in your area.
All right, so something general for you guys. How do you go about generating revenue for your blog? This could be directly, whether it be ad revenue, people coming to your blog to purchase things, or externally, building your brand and then just leveraging that brand to get new clientele or get new opportunities.
I was totally blanked out looking at shoes.
They're nice shoes.
Yeah, I was like, then I was looking at my toes. How do I create ad revenue, right?
Yep.
They reach out to me and want to I do more. Yeah, they do want to do a lot of partnerships, but a lot of times it's sponsored posts that I do, and obviously the relationships that I built, they're long term. I do a lot of stuff with I am also affiliated with Latina Bloggers Connect and Latina Mom Bloggers. I'm categorized as a Latina blogger because of my SpoiledLatina.com. But it works for me. I think that was my niche. So in the Latin world, I feel like I am one of the top Latina bloggers. I was featured, a lot of the Cosmo for Latina, stuff like that. That helps. That really, really helps get followers and ad revenue. So reach out to brands. They're open.
Definitely. I think a lot of brands are open to the idea. As long as, like I said earlier, you can guarantee them the return on investment and the things that they present to you, and you know what you're capable of, but you, at the end of the day, I couldn't get that out. At the end of the day, it's just being consistent with that. You know what I mean?
I always like presenting ideas to them that they might not have thought of, and that's usually what works for me. I'm like, hey, how about we do this? And that works.
So, Phil, I have a question for you. You had 5,000 people following you on Instagram at the time, but when BuzzFeed hit and you were at 10 or 13,000, you didn't necessarily go searching for it. So can you tell the audience why it's so important to just keep your head down, be passionate about what you do, and not actually search for opportunities sometimes, but just essentially do the things that make sense for your brand, and then eventually those opportunities will come.
I think the feature on BuzzFeed kind of is like the evidence of it. If you really just do what you're passionate about and post the stuff that you care about, then somebody's gonna notice eventually, and you'll be rewarded in the end.
Definitely, I can attest to that. I won the GQ Most Stylish Reader 2013, and that was just all for me being consistent and just putting my stuff out there in the world, and they took notice. I got the car out front if you guys want to look at it.
All right, so we have a question from the audience. As well-known bloggers, are you willing to mentor other bloggers who are coming up and trying to build their own brand for themselves?
Nope.
He said no. I am
Don't
an
talk to Phil.
advocate. I have Megan. I'm going to use you as an example, Megan, because when I first met Megan, she would call me and text me. I'm like, are you just calling me because you want to know stuff? But really, I was helping. I really helped her out. I feel because what do you want to say?
She helped me gain the confidence in the beginning that I needed, because she was the only one that was around that was doing something with it. And I was just doing something with it at that point, and really starting to be like, no, that's cool. Unless you have some sort of marketing budget for me, thank you for the offer. But you have to start having that level for yourself, and she really did help me with that. I still text her and call her.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah, she does. Only sometimes, too. But no, you do. I like reaching out and helping other people. I'm always, I'm a connector. Anybody who knows me, I connect people. I make things happen. So I'm always down to help y'all. I don't charge very much.
I feel like that's what separates our generation from previous generations, is that our willingness to help each other, especially in the city. I feel like we do a good job of supporting one another in all our endeavors, and I like that personally, and I'm definitely for it. If anyone had questions or needed help, I would definitely be down to help to the best of my abilities. Now, I don't know everything, but I know a little something.
I think it's important to realize that no one has all the answers. That, you know, I may have some answers that you don't know. She has answers I don't know. And if you can let all that ego and pride go aside and ask those questions, that's only how you're going to progress and get better and get larger. I do have an intern. She reached out to me through LinkedIn. I really liked how she came and approached me. And so, you know, I kind of mentor her in a way. She's trying to figure out exactly what she wants to do in the fashion industry. I wasn't really sure if I could take that on and show her anything, but you know, the way she approached me and the fact that I have done so many different things in the fashion industry, I just give her so many different things, and yeah, she can kind of figure out exactly what she wants to do. I love to connect as well. That's the biggest joy of blogging, is connecting other people to other people.
I really believe that, you know, the best thing that I can teach anybody is my experience, but outside of that, you have to always find your own niche, and you got to find what works best for you. But I mean, I'm always open to tell people, you know, what I went through or what I did or how I got to where I am.
I mean, you could always tell people how to do it and like ways to do it, but really it's up to them to like really do it. Like, a lot of people really want to know how you do it and they want to live your life, but they're not willing to like stay up all night writing your blog posts for 2 more days or. Yeah, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I run Team Hennessy Houston. I am Team Hennessy Houston, I don't run it. But like, you know, I'm busy, so like people don't, like I'm always getting that. Like my intern, she just graduated from college and from UT. She reached out to me as a freshman, didn't know what she wanted to do. She's corporate communications major, she's moving back like in less than a month and is gonna help me run my brand. Like she's like, I'm not going anywhere, SpoiledLatina.com, like we're gonna kill it. You know, that's what she wants to do. So, and then my husband's daughter too, she's a fashion blogger now. She has an awesome blog. She's about to graduate from college. Same thing, when she was 13, 14. Yvonne, what do you do? Like she wanted to know what I did, and her blog is awesome. It's probably a little, I mean, I'm not gonna say it's better than mine, but she's pretty dope. JustChelsea.com, right? JustChelsea.com. She's super cute. And so yeah, I love to mentor people. I'm like a mom. I am a mom, but I'm like I am a mom, but like I really am like a mom. Like I'm like, don't do that. Or
All right, so last question for everyone. Who is your fashion icon? Quick one.
Ralph Lauren.
Low.
It's her birthday.
Lopez. Yeah, I know. Yesterday.
Kelly Osbourne.
That hair.
Pharrell.
Very nice. Well, please guys, welcome me or join me in giving all of our panelists a huge round of applause. Thank you all.